Boxing trainers are some of the craziest, like, idiocentric type people you've ever met in your life. And it's like they live in their own world. And the greater the trainer, the weirder the personality is. That seemed to be the foundation of a great boxing trainer. If you could speak a complete sentence and you could sit there and train somebody in boxing, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, there's got to be something different about a boxing trainer. And they stay almost night and day away from the fighter. And you go back to some of the craziest trainers in history, and it's always been the same. Like, my legendary trainer that I love is Stoney. John Ruiz trainer. He was, if anybody could tell you, the guy who was going to tell you the truth in the corner, nobody's going to tell you the truth more than Storm and Norman. Stoney. Stoney was truly looked at as one of the guys who hated everything and everybody who wasn't on his team. The ref was always in a conspiracy with the entire organization. Stoney was legendary for cussing people out.
I can't believe this fucking ref, Joe. Yeah, he's blind. He's letting him get away with everything. Yeah, you're in the bag. Yeah, let me find out you bet on him. Yeah, come on, Johnny. You got to go. You got to do it now, Johnny. You got to take him out. Right now, Johnny. Let's go. He's doing everything right now.
But he was going to tell you the truth. And that's what I loved about Stoney. If you want a guy that's in the corner that's going to keep it not calm, going to keep it hot, hey, look what he did for John Ruiz. John Ruiz, I think he was heavyweight champion like 3 times. So, he's going to go in the record book. He's the first Hispanic heavyweight champion ever. John Ruiz. In the record books. And his trainer is Stoney. So he going in the record books with Stoney. Now, as the years went past, we've had weird trainers, like most of them that didn't serve in the military. But Floyd Joey Mayweather Sr., once he became a trainer, and they started putting a microphone up to him, you get a sense of how money and anything else don't change some of these people. Roger, Floyd, Big Floyd, you can get them $100 million. It would change their personality one bit. They are deep rooted in the foundations of being stuck in 1970. Y'all don't even know Roger used to have them old cars like they do down south. They broke down or don't work, and they just all sitting in the lawn. Now, you know you've been down south and you got down south roots when you got broken down cars sitting in your sitting in your grass, and the other grass is starting to grow through the car because it's been sitting there for so long. Nobody even go through it. It sit there like it's antique. But Floyd Sr. takes the cake because he always want to stay in the times, no matter what. And getting him to answer a question, that's the trick. That is the trickiest thing a human being ever could do, is to get Floyd Mayweather Sr. to answer a question. Because it seems like he never likes the question no matter what you ask him. How do you feel your son is going into this fight? Man, listen, man. Look, Floyd, man, when we came through, right? And we first, man, come on, man. I'm like, It's gonna be like, what is the best you've ever seen your son look? Oh, Lil Floyd. Okay. Then when we cut a Lil Floyd, all we gotta do is go look at any fight Lil Floyd had had. Lil Floyd beat all of them. And when we go back to the tape, it's gonna say, man, get out of here, man. I'm gonna talk about Lil Floyd. Man, listen. Lil Floyd, my son, the best thing ever. Ice cream. Man. And Roger is different. Roger answers your question with a question. Floyd Senior ain't gonna answer your question. He gonna say whatever come to mind. Roger gonna answer your question with a question. You be Roger. How does Floyd look in camp to you? You seen him fight, didn't you? Where then? You saw what the last motherfucker got. Why be he getting nothing less? You gonna do the same thing he did to that motherfucker that he did to the last motherfucker. You know about that? Now you in the interview. He interviewing you. Who's the heavyweight champion that defended his title more than anybody else in the sport of boxing? I just asked you, did you know, what was the game plan going into the fight? Well, I'm asking you a question. So that was Roger. Emanuel Stewart, God bless his soul, he was always one way. He likes to train his way, and no matter what you were comfortable with, he tried to turn every fighter into Thomas Hearn. No matter if you had the frame or not, no matter if that was your ability or not. I don't know what they worked on in the camp, but when they get in the rings, fighters resort to what they do, and Emanuel Stewart would lose it in the corner. Somebody who's normally calm, collective when he's on an interview, but when he's training, he turns into a psychopath. If you're not doing something he want to do, you could be winning 11 rounds to 0. He wants you to go for it like Tommy Hearn. You come back and sit down, you up 10 rounds to 0. You sit down. Man, what the hell's the matter with you? Man, use my right hand. You're fighting this guy's a dead man. Get that motherfucker out of there. Let it go. What the holding it for? Didn't he get the telecast? Well, I think that he's a great challenger. Emanuel was great, but he would completely lose his you-know-what if he's the trainer. It's got to be the favorite going into the fight because, I don't know, a fighter that's 20, he don't understand. If you've been boxing more than 10 years and you don't do something he thought you should be doing, he don't understand it. I don't understand why he's not jabbing tonight. He's been a pro for over 20 years. And you're not jabbing? Does not make sense to me. Oh, man. And what we got? Virgil Hunter now? Barry Hunter? The Hunters? Oh, man. That's something else. You would think they were related. They get together and they start speaking philosophy to each other. And this is what I'm saying. This is the certain element of it. The motivational teachers and trainers. And that seems to be where Virgil Hunter is. He's in the motivational stage. Like he's trying to get Andre Berto to perform which was the most magical comedy I've ever seen in my life. And that was the best part of the fight, just listening to that. That was just remarkable. Because nothing he said was going to nullify what was happening. He just told him to go in there and start throwing punches, basically. Let it go. I guess let it go is a combination to what Floyd is doing to him. He couldn't even explain what Floyd was doing to him. He's just touching you, in his words. And as soon as Berto sat down in that corner, man, listen. Why you gonna really hate yourself at the end of this fight? Listen, Andre, you are a great human being. Okay, nobody got more heart than you. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Now go get it. He come back round 2. You gotta stop being in awe of this man. Okay, you here to fight this man. And you can beat him, Andre. You're really not gonna like yourself after this fight's over. I'm telling you, you're not gonna like yourself one bit. You're already a champion, Andre. A belt don't make you a champion. I got a belt. Everybody in here got belts on. That don't make us champions. You a champion, Andre. Now you go out there and you do the work that we put in to do. And I don't know what the work was. He just come out there, gets outclassed again, come sit right back down. And here comes some old Virgil Hunter. When a tree's in a forest and it falls down on an ant, do the other ants just give up? Or do they join together to try to get that tree off the other ant? Think about it. I'm like, I'm confused. What the ants do? When they try to roll the tree, they can lift twice their weight. But if they working together, they could do anything. And then Barry Hunter, he gets in there. Barry's a little different. Barry wants to be a star. He knows where the cameras are at all times. He get up there, got the sunglasses on, and he's a little different from Virgil. He gets emotional into the event, but it's a little bit of the same philosophy. Hey, what you doing out there? Look, man, you came here to do a job, man. You gotta let your hands go. Now, when he go that way, you go the other way. And then you start throwing them punches. That's what we doing, man. You get in there and you do it. I don't know what is the way. The way means right. The way means left. What is he saying? You don't know. I guess you have to be in a relationship with the trainer to know his lingo. But if you listening to this, man talk, look, man, you got on boxing gloves. He got on boxing gloves. They are both 10-ounce gloves. Okay? Ain't no difference in that man's hands than your hands. That's a mental thing when you're talking about power. It's imaginary. You ain't hurt. You bleeding and cut, but you ain't hurt. Are you hurt? No. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not hurt. That little knockdown that you had in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th, and 7th round, that don't mean nothing. You still in this, man. All you got to do is go to that man's body. He thought you was going to be out of here. But you more of a man than he thought. Now you get to his body and break him down. And then you have people like Teddy Atlas, who was smacked by a tree, I think, in a car accident or whatever it is, that accident, whatever he had that drove him insane. Or maybe he was always insane. Teddy Atlas, which I'm going to love him working with Timothy Bradley. If you thought Diaz was somebody, or he was calm and collective and wasn't telling you what you needed to do, what do you think Telly's going to do when you come back to the corner? Bradley, listen to me. What you need to do is get back to your roots.
You gotta start throwing punches like this. Bah, 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 bah. And when you get him on the ropes, this is what you want to do. And it's very important. When you get him on the ropes, you want to touch him. You want to touch him hard to let you know that you're there. You want to go, bah, 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 bah. If you can't do it, let me know. And I'll come back. And I'll go in the ring. I'll take the gloves. I'll go in the ring. I'll do the fight. You sit here. You my trainer. Okay? Don't waste my time.
Teddy has been blacklisted. He talks about the commissioners. He talked about everything. Nobody wanted Teddy to train no more. No promoting company be like, look, I've never seen a trainer go up against the promotional company like he did. Freddie Roach. People think Freddie is Freddie because of the Parkinson's. Freddie's an asshole. Don't have nothing to do with Parkinson's. But what would shock you is that Freddie actually knows something about boxing. His problem is he cannot translate what to do in certain situations to how to deal with things defensively. That's why he have to work with certain fighters, because he only knows the basics. And he's really good for going over polishing. But when Freddie gets in there, it's entirely different. Because his whole thing is changing, and he only knows from an offensive standpoint. The only thing he can tell you to do defensively is move your head. Okay, when you come back in there, I want you to move your head and don't bottle up. Just start moving your head, move around the ring, and then you let your punches go. When you throw the left shoulder, yeah, right, you throw the left shoulder, you fade him, and then you come right and move your fucking head. You know, that's Freddie all the way to the end. He's going to tell you to move your head, and that's it. That's defense to Freddie. I didn't move my head, and I said, I don't need to move my head. I need to see it. I can take it. So I tell everyone, move their head. So Freddie gonna move his head. Everything gonna be about jab, move your head, and that's it. Everybody's training for a knockout. Nobody talks about fixing fighters' feet and why their feet ain't right in the ring. Nobody does that anymore. But let me not forget Robert Garcia. Now, this is the guy that came to prominence, you know, during the Roach ruling era. When Roach was on the road with Pacquiao, this is the guy that they started fleeing to once Pacquiao started hitting the canvas. You know, he just came out of nowhere. Everybody was like, we got to get Robert Garcia. And Robert Garcia's style of training is quite similar to Freddie Roach's. You know, and you know, his thing is cater to the fighter. You know, because he was a fighter. He was a world champion fighter. He lost his title to Diego Corrales, but, you know, his style is more fighter friendly and catering more to what the fighter wants to do. And people like I like him because, you know, he's listening to me, you know. That's not necessarily a good thing, but he makes it work for them, and they seem to treat him like family. And, yeah, bro, you know, when I was training, you know, I had my gym, and I say, you know, I don't have the passion to fight anymore, but to train, you know, I look in these guys' eyes, and I say, man, these guys are like me when I first started, man, you know. So I want to train, and like I have Fernando, and now I got Brandon. So, you know, I really see myself now as just a trainer, you know, and his instructions is some of the craziest instructions I've ever heard. It's like not going with the format. It's like, is he watching the fight? I seen him talk to Reels. Okay, Brandon, you did good right there. But what I need for you right now, I need you to use that jab. I need you to use that jab, and I need you to go to the body. I'm like, you asking this guy to do something, and then when the bell rings, he goes out and does none of the things that you said. He comes back. Okay, you did good that time. You back him up, and you did that. But I want you to not stand there for the hit. You keep your defense up. I want your defense. Come on, Brandon. Oh, man. So, I mean, it goes from there. There's people like, you know, Buddy McGirt. Remember Buddy? Talk to me, champion. What's going on, champion? You know, it's the list goes on and on. You know. Boxing training now is really going to a lot of these athletics. Like, you could just get a license to be a trainer. Sometimes you don't even gotta be licensed. You can just fight or be like, that's my daddy. I've been knowing him my entire life. He's my trainer. I mean, really, it's been like that. It's unique what you're seeing in boxing now. I mean, we've seen, because some fighters need motivation. They already got the effort to go to the gym. They just be like, I'm going to the gym. They got the motivation. Now, you got to look at some of the fighters who need just that motivation to keep pushing while they're there and be great. And they want to impress that person. They want to make that person proud of them. So they have that fathership with them. But overall, man, boxing trainers are crazy. I would love to see Tim Bradley's father train him, though, man. That would be something. Because that's the guy you should be trying to impress. But once I think he took the foot off the gas and let somebody else take the helm, Bradley gave up on trying to impress him. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I want to name me a boxing trainer of today's time, past times, who was just crazy. Who was nuts in that corner. Y'all let me know and leave me a message. Yeah, I remember Papa Trinidad slapping Tito in the corner. But that was a good thing because he needed him. Every time he slapped him, I felt he needed it. And I'm like, slap him! Slap him! We lost the round. Slap him. Shoot, we was in it.